Hey guys, and welcome to day 13 of the 60-day Spartan Calisthenic Challenge. And I do want to thank one of you guys. I won't name anybody to keep it all nice and anonymous or whatever the hell. But someone reached out to me and told me that I should probably get a yoga mat to take care of my knees. That's a really damn good idea, and I actually want to apologize to you guys because one of our creeds is love, and to love ourselves, to love discipline, to love growth, to love the hard situations that make us stronger, and to love water, take care of ourselves. And one of those aspects is taking care of ourselves, because our body's very precious, and to unnecessarily hurt it by sitting in rocks and shit like that, I mean, it's no big deal to me, but it is destructive to our body, and there's no reason for it, because it's not making my knees stronger. I mean, it might be on a bone density level, but I mean, otherwise it's just cutting my skin up and being a dick to myself. So yeah, screw that. So thank you for that heads up. I appreciate that. All right, boys. So we're gonna get right up into it, and we're gonna warm up today with 10 push-ups. Pardon me. With 10 push-ups. Regular push-ups, nothing crazy. All right, make sure you're driving your heels into the ground and your elbows are traveling backwards towards your feet. Make sure to get a full arm extension, because the last 2 inches are what really activate the chest. 10. All right. Good stuff, boys. Now we're going to do 30 seconds of high knee taps. All right, I'll count them off in my head. You just go with it. Remember, to bounce on your toes fully extended. Not fully extended, but extended, so that the shock absorption is coming from the knees, or coming from the calves, not the knees. $15. $15. Again. All right, take a sip, guys. Now, you can grab a chair to do this, or a box of any sort. Not really a big deal what it is. The point is that it's above you, such as this bench. So, you're gonna take your heel, place it on the bench. Do not kick off with the leg on the ground. You're just gonna drive your heel into the bench to raise yourself up. Preferably don't rest the opposite leg on the bench. I know you can't see my head, that's fine, you don't need to. Preferably keep it off, lower yourself back, raise yourself up, lower yourself back. Do this 10 times. 4. Remember, if you find yourself losing stability, adjust at the ankle. So if you find yourself leaning to the left, drive. If you find yourself leaning one way, drive the other end of your foot downward. That's to say, if you find yourself falling to the right, push your foot left and downward into the ground to right yourself and stabilize yourself. It's a leveraging action. If you find yourself falling to the left, press the right side of your heel down. 7. Very slow and controlled, guys. Switch legs. 10 of these again. Now the main focus of this is going to be basically full leg except calf. There's something later I can teach you guys to make it calf, but that'll be after you get used to this. Otherwise, it's just going to be mainly a glute, quad, and hamstring exercise. It's 8. I feel like it was 7, so we're going to do 3 more. Ten, lower. So it's always driving your heel into the bench and reducing the output of the heel force to lower yourself. Remember. All right, now the 10 push-ups that were part of your warm-up were just a warm-up. Now you're gonna do 15 push-ups. All right, so this is part of your exercise, and I want you to do this every set. I prefer looking out, because like the ground's boring to look at. Could be interesting, but most times it's boring. Most of the times we're stuck in our heads and not observing the world around us. Straight up tragedy, man. You might think that verbiage is a little intense, or that adjective I should say. Nah, it's fucking tragedy, man. Life's beautiful. 11. We're missing so much. Remember, guys, drive through the heels of your palms, rather. In full extension. The most chest activation is going to come when your arms are fully extended, that lockout. If even they're bent slightly, your chest is getting half the workout. Literally half, like this. Look at my elbow. See this? Compared to this, it's half. Literally a half. Don't be doing that. Get that full extension. Now, we're going to do something a little interesting, and this might be a bit difficult. We're going to do wall sits. Let me just make sure my camera's good. Should be. Yeah, okay. Here, I'll give you a little twist. Okay, we'll screw that. All right, so a bit of a twist there, a little bit more on me. Go up to a wall in your house, all right, lower yourself, making the ground flat for me. It's flat inside your house, so you're good, all right. Now lower yourself, make sure your heels are not directly underneath your knee. If it's like that, you'll have a tendency to push through your toes, and it'll be a quad exercise. So what I want you to do is to drive your heels to the ground, feel your butt tighten, and I want you to sit like that. Don't rest, push. All right, make sure to keep your back up against it at all points. Don't rest, don't let your skin hold you up, don't do anything like that. Press your heels into the ground to keep yourself stable. So we'll do this for 30 seconds or as long as you can. It's been 15. As for your hands, just put them wherever. $20. And 30. All right, so that's a good isometric exercise. Remember guys, there's 3 parts to every workout. There's the concentric, the isometric, and the eccentric. For a push-up, the isometric, down here at the bottom. Not the top, but the bottom. The concentric is the pushing against gravity. So whatever's against gravity, so that's the pushing up. and the eccentric is the lowering down. All right, so the lowering down, called negatives. So do the negatives, make sure you're keeping pace with them because it's at least a third of the exercise. Negatives are really beneficial. Like let's say you're going to bench, right? And you can't lift the weight, all right? You can't push it up off you. If you instead get someone to spot you and you practice keeping it extending all the way and then resisting it on the way down, so only doing straight up negatives, your strength will increase dramatically. All right, now we're gonna do Cobra Raises. Remember guys, very similar to the back raise, but not the same. The back raise includes every muscle. For the Cobra, hands by our sides, and we just lift the lower back. Give me 15 of these. Really take the top of your head and lift it up as high and as far back as you can. It's going to engage your lower back. I always suggest keeping your feet off the ground because it'll make a bridge with your lower back, make the exercise more difficult. If you can't, that's fine. Go ahead and put your feet on the ground, no big deal. But with calisthenics, anything we can do to make it tougher, more beneficial. That's 5, we're doing 15. Now my hands are very limp. I'm not pushing against the ground at all. Nine. 6 more, guys, come on. Easy. Yes, it hurts when you're at the peak, but we hold that hurt because we love discipline. We love forging ourselves. So we sit in the fire. The longer we're in the fire, the better we come out. So we sit in the fire because we love it and because we're strong enough to handle it. But John, I'm not strong enough to handle it. That means you need to be in the fire more. You grow through challenge and adversity. You grow when you can't reach something and you reach it anyways. You grow when you can't do something and you do it anyways. One more for good measure. Because we stop when we say we're done, not when our body tells us to. All right? Good shit there, guys. I'm proud of you. Yeah, whatever. So now we're gonna do body squats. All right, boys, remember. And actually, I've told you this before, but it helps to remember and really cement in the form. Put a chair behind you as far back, like really get to the edge of the chair, all right? Drive those hips forward. Drive your hips back. Drive the hip forward, all right? My butt's in. Nice and tight, my hips are forward. All right, that's the top of the movement. Especially when you're bearing weight. Like when you're squatting, like with a barbell on you, you need to press your hips forward, else you're gonna break your back. So, yeah. So get used to pressing those hips forward. All right, so we're doing 25 of these. So with the chair, you can rest on it. You can. That's easier than not resting on it. So it's a regression or a progression depending on where you're at. So if you find it difficult to hover, all right, because you want to hover to feel the gluteal net that you sit into. So I want to challenge you to not actually sit down on it, but to have it behind you in case you're thrown off balance. Or in case your muscles give out, no big deal. You're good, man. That's what the chair's for. That's what I'm here for. That's what you're there for. We're doing good shit, man. It's all good. So it is quite windy out here, guys. So we will have to encounter things such as that. All right, we should be Gucci. So that was 9, 10. But John, these videos aren't professional because you're not editing them. Yeah, I don't care. Feels good to do that. When someone's like, but it's not up to my standards. And I go, good thing it's my standards. Fantastic. Feels real good. Because I'm out here doing what I want, guys. And that's what makes you a man. Press those hips forward. This is 13. Remember, we're doing 25. And you can be that type of man and be like, no, I'm gonna do it my way. If someone says, well, it's not good enough, as long as what you're doing is good enough. Because if you're doing it and you're like, no, it's good enough and it looks like shit, you're wrong. Yeah, straight up. Yeah, I cleaned the car and there's spots all over it. Half of it's still dirty. The tires aren't done. You didn't clean shit. Get the fuck out of here. And like, maybe the language is harsh or something to that effect, but if I go soft on you guys, you're gonna be weak. I love you guys. I'm not gonna do that to you. I'm telling you the truth because the truth is what sets you free and makes you strong. You have to be in a free fall of life and trust that God's got you. Otherwise, you're trying to do it all by your power. And man, we weak as shit. Don't do that. All right, that's 22, 3 more. Bam. All right. Good stuff, boys. All right, now we're gonna do, all right, so these are interesting. So, when you do these, you'll want, here, I'll just show you straight up. You'll be good. All right, so you have something that your hands are attaching to. All right, so that you're grabbing above your head. All right, then you're gonna take your knees and your legs straight out, and you're going to lift your knees. All right, so your heels are off the ground, and then you pull your knees to your chest. All right, so I'm not lifting my legs or doing anything. I'm not doing none of this shit. All right, I'm just pulling my knees up to my chest. So here, it's pretty easy, but then here, you have to tilt your pelvis up. All right, do it again. We're doing 10 of these. So you pull your knees up to your chest, and to here it's pretty easy. Not really much to do, you're just kind of folding your legs together. But then when you do this, you have to tilt your pelvis upward. All right, so grab your abs together, and then you fully extend your legs all the way out. All right, don't touch your heels on the ground. All right, just like we do with the scissor and the flutter kicks. And then you, I'm not pulling with my hands. My hands are just there to stabilize myself. So you keep your abs tight the whole time. It's a little difficult to breathe while your core's tightened, but it's not anything that you can't do. All right, so just because it's a little difficult doesn't mean we stop. It means that we do it anyways, because it makes us strong. Because think, if you think it's difficult and don't want to do it, all right, when you're duking it out with someone, he's gonna think it's difficult and not want to do it. So if you're willing to do it, guess who's gonna win? Right. 6, 4 more. Really hold it at the peak up here. All right, lower yourself down. Hold it at the bottom for a moment. Peel up. This is 8. 2 more. These are intense, guys, I'm telling you. But damn, they feel good. All right. So that's 10 of those bad boys. I call them like leg knee raises. I don't know what they're called, doesn't really matter. All right, now we're gonna do 10 of these on each leg, but we're gonna be, press your heel into the ground to straighten and strengthen your leg structure, all right? So that engages your glute, because otherwise, look. So I can rest on my bones, or I can drive my heel into the ground and use the muscles, and it kind of straightens and pulls everything slightly farther apart, which is good because you don't want to be resting on your bones. It's not comfortable and it destroys your body, so don't do that. That's all right. So we're gonna drive the heel into the ground, right foot, and then we're gonna take our left hand and we're gonna tip over like, I don't know, those the things that dip their beak in the water constantly. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but it just keeps doing it forever. So we're doing those. So do it 10 on each leg. So touch your toes. Try and do this not too quick and keep your knee straight. Don't be bending your knee. All right, so you poke your opposite leg out. So I'm standing on my right leg, so you lift your left leg straight out. It's okay if you get thrown off balance a little bit, guys. It's no sweat. Try and dig your heel or your ankles into the ground to counterbalance whichever way you're tipping. And it's counter. So if you're falling to the right, dip left. If you're falling to the left, dip right. All right, so this is 5. So it's a little bit of a stretch behind the leg here, but it's also stability training. And this stability training is good for getting all the little muscles. So to really lean forward, it's not leaning forward, it's kicking your opposite leg backwards. So there's 8. So kick that leg backwards to tilt your torso forward. 9. Really keeps you upright more. And if you keep your head pointed forward, I mean, as much as you can, just like look at something straight ahead and your head will tilt down naturally a little bit, but you'll still be looking in that direction. And wherever you look, your body tends to follow, which is why when we do Russian twists, I have you turn your whole head and look where you're putting your hands, because your body follows your eyes. Humans like to be super arrogant, me definitely included. I like to be super arrogant and prideful and think that I know best and shit like that, which we obviously don't. But we like to think we're so much smarter than what we are. But we're kind of basic in some ways, man. Like, I just look wherever I move and operate towards whatever my eyes are looking at. It's like, follow the shiny thing. But that's just kind of how we operate. So keep your eyes forward. It'll help you stay balanced. You don't need to look at your foot. Drive the heel into the ground. And that's the issue with leaning forward instead of kicking your leg back. It throws you off balance. So kick that leg back instead. That was 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. All right. Now we right ourselves. So you get a little bit of a calf stretch in there. You get a little bit of glute strengthening because you're keeping your leg erect. All right. And by keeping your leg erect, all right, use your hip muscles and your glute muscles to straighten that. As well as a little bit of calf and thigh because you're keeping the knee straight too, but you know what I'm saying. So, and the stability muscles in between everything also strengthen. It's very beneficial. All right, and it's like a stretch. It's not too intense. Gives you a little breather. All right, now we're gonna do everybody's favorite. 10 each side, guys. What are we doing, you might ask? That's right, star sit-ups. All right, so once again, you keep your elbow on the ground and you twist your torso as far as you can. So left leg goes up, right hand reaches out to it. Try and reach past it, not over to the side like this, but past it. So if my foot's here, I'm going like this. My foot's here, I'm going like this. So just right past it towards the other side, towards the sky. Ten each side, 20 total. Really get that twist in there. Hold the twist, guys. Six. Eight. 9. 10. 10. All right. Good stuff there, guys. Yeah, that's fine. All right, now we're gonna finish up with something easy. And I know you guys love easy, right? Wrong. We hate easy. Make sure the camera's good. Oh yeah, chalk, super good. All right, guys, so we're gonna do some calf raises. All right, we're doing 25 of these. Remember, keep your center of gravity, your head over your heel. All right, this is gonna get you the most benefit. My hand's only out here to stabilize myself. But John, you're only on 10% of the camera. Yeah, it's the only 10% we need. 5. 15, 16, 17, 18. Tell me what you guys like. Do you like me counting out each rep, or do you like me counting every few reps? Like every 5? 20. Yeah, guys, I'm always open to some feedback. 23. 24, 25, camera time. All right, guys, well, now that I gotta pick it up anyways, we'll just center it on the 3. I don't know what's going on today, guys. It's just windy. And if you have like a book or something you can stand on and do this, it's even better. Because if you go to the ground, you can only go flat. You can only put your foot flat. All right? But look at your foot. Look how it moves. It can go up past flat, okay? So look, my heels are up. It's past flat. And then it can go down past flat. So what that tells you is that you have muscles that operate in both planes. Dorsiflexion and plantar flexion, okay? That's what it's called. It doesn't matter. So if you could put a book underneath you, like for instance, I'm standing on a root here, so I'm elevated. So my heel's off the ground. So when I go low, I'm getting deeper in there. So I'm getting a farther range of motion. That farther range of motion gets you a better workout, and it operates more musculature. So if more musculature is operating during a movement, first off, you're burning more because you're using more muscles, and second, you're tearing more because you're using more muscles. So you're burning more fat and you're gaining more buff. It's a win-win situation, right? Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. I did that just for you guys. Where my team at? So there's 6, 19 more guys. 7, 8. These pine seeds are thick. Like normally it's just like a tube. This one's like a fan though. It went outward like this, like V-shaped. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, and there's a stick here. Half the stick is regular stick color, like brownish yellow, and then one of the branches and the tip of the other branch is purple. Why is it purple? 22, 23, 24, 25. Yeah, I don't know, strange. All right, guys, that completes day 13 of the 60-day Spartan Calisthenic Challenge. I'm proud of you guys for putting in effort. Give me 2 more sets of all that stuff we did, not the warm-up. The warm-up was just to get you going, upper and lower body. All right, guys, God bless. I'm proud of you. Keep it up. Let me know if you need anything.